If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the entire show, all you got to do is tap that link in the bottom and it'll take you to the full show where you can ingest, get with every word that I had to say about all these games. So, Oz.com, tap that link, watch that full version, throw a like, throw a sub. See ya. And of course, thank you very much for watching. With Hampton and Campbell, this is a game and a line that opened up at Campbell as a 2-point favorite. And we've seen the line go down to anywhere from 1.5, and then there's obviously been 2s. When it comes to the total, I saw the total open up at 142, and I've seen a variety of different numbers on U.S. legal books because on this show, we only use the U.S. legal books for line shopping and for giving me my lines for the plays. So 142.5, this line opened. I've seen 141s. I've seen 141.5. And I think that this could be the right move. With Hampton, listen, their defense allows a lot of freedom of movement. They have a lot of driving lanes that open up, and there's a lot of uncontested 3-point shots. But they do have someone capable of protecting the rim and deterring those drivers from using those driving lanes in Dejor Dickens. I think that the 7-footer has done a great job of coming over from Old Dominion, acclimating to this style of play that Hampton plays, and he's done very well on the stat sheet. I think with Hampton, the key is to hit their defense early, and if you can't get into rhythm early, you're going to have trouble scoring against this team. I think that while they don't do anything very nice, significant, and attractive when it comes to stats or metrics on the defensive end, I do think that they can frustrate their opponent, and that can lead to some games where there is limited scoring. We have seen that type of pattern so far in the conference season for them. I think that we're going to see something like that tomorrow. I think that instead of seeing an under, though, we're going to see the over. I'm going against this line movement plain and simply because I think that with Campbell, they're going to be able to get their 3-point attack going. Hampton's going to be able to get their fast tempo going with Davion Warren and Russell Dean, as long as Russell Dean doesn't turn the ball over 7 or 8 times. I think that with Hampton, listen, they definitely utilize their transition opportunities to score the bucket. And whenever I watch their games, there always seems to be a time and instance where they're getting out in transition, whether it be a missed bucket, whether it be a turnover that they force, and then they're shooting high proximity shots. So not only can this team hit a couple threes, and I'm talking about Chris Shelton, I'm talking about Davion Warren, but they can also get to the bucket, and they're strong enough to do so. I think that when you looked at their games, the first game against Presbyterian obviously wasn't over, but that was the difference in the series against High Point, the series against South Carolina Upstate, the series against UNC Asheville. First game wasn't under, second game wasn't over. I'm going against that. I'm bucking that trend again. And with Campbell, it's been similar. You know, they've gone under in a lot of games, but there have been some unders in these first games and vice versa. I think that when you look at it from just a number perspective, I think that Campbell probably should have had this game lined in the 145 to 146 range. Then I would have started looking at the under. But if I can get 141 or 141.5, I'm going to have to take that over. When it comes to the side, that's where the difficulty comes in for me. I think that with Campbell, they should be able to win this game, and I understand why they're a 2-point favorite. I just don't think that it's going to be a number that has enough value for me to take. To be quite frank, the number actually has more value on the other side, taking Hampton. So I am a little perplexed when it comes to this because both teams are capable of being very potent shooting the basketball. Both these teams do a lot of scoring close to the bucket. That's indicated by the way that Jordan Whitfield can take defenders off the bucket and the way that Cedric Henderson is a three-level scorer. I think it's just a matter of getting something from a guy like Austin McCullough or Jesse Lucene, who can get a lot of second chance buckets and offensive rebounds to contribute. I think that there's definitely going to be confidence. And like I said, if both these teams can hit some shots early, get into rhythm, I think that we're going to see this game find its way over. I think that when it comes to the side, listen, both teams shoot the three very well, and they both make 7 makes a game. So there really is an advantage on that end for either team. I think that when it comes to a close game and both teams are the types that foul late game situations and try and extend it, that could also help us get the over. So as long as we get a good start, I think that we're going to be fine with this. And from a number perspective at this point, I would say that the values with Hampton at +2. I'm only going to take the total in this game. I'm going to take the over 141.5. And let's do a little bit of line shopping to find the best line for it, because obviously with using these U.S. legal books, I have to use books that, first off, I cannot bet on because I'm in Canada. And second off, I do not know their interfaces as well because I usually have my main guy, Jimmy the Bag, line shopping for me. So bear with me while I do this. I will say this, though. It definitely is a very interesting couple days of college basketball games that we have coming up. With the weather going on in the south of the U.S., it's definitely problematic. But I do think that we are going to get these games in, and they are going to get rescheduled, and just we're going to see some tournament style travel. So, all right. So it looks like the best line that I can get is 141.5 -110 at Circa. So let me record that. Excuse me, over 141.5 at Circa. Sorry. I will hope to get these lines, if not a better line, on my offshore books once I get to bet these games.